Enjoy.
Nostalgia isn't what it used to be. So this might update the notion of the 3-in-1 as it relates to polytonal, electrical repetition, altered kinetic movements, and their set causing you in the middle to start running around circles as the person on your right starts playing somersaults around you as the person on the left sounds a loud moan of agreement which sends you all down an inner moving staircase that eventually drops you off spacebound in outer space. Fucking blood starts squirting all over the place, and your apparatus of communication is drenched. The three of you begin screaming at the dangerous audience as narcs shop around the instruments over them, trying to distract their attention. They become fearful and evil, and no longer remember that you have a conscience. The machine gun jams. You grab a revolver with your left hand like Jack the Ripper and Da Vinci. You are left-handed. Also, about 40% of the women who operate cash registers and jack-in-the-boxes. They'll have to place other statistics single-handedly and pull the trigger so fast your index finger cramps while tropic birds and flower blossoms emerge from your left hand. The man on your right is now strewed to be used firing triple-time release fireworks over your head and destroying all the flowers. You send a forward subliminal mass message. You begin to fund the simulation of the burning pillow fight. Your empathy for the human race becomes revoked so that you're out of the way for safety's sake, but in your own private hell only serves to confuse them.
Family in the south of England still spend their weekends driving around woods looking for a mysterious lake they encountered some 15 years ago. Out in the middle, they saw a huge rock with a sword driven into it. Later, they went back to do some research, but there was no trace of such a lake. No one had ever heard of it, and it isn't on the maps. One could fill a book with such incidents, and indeed some authors have. Long ago, I classified such episodes as distortions as reality. Throughout history, people have been straying through Alice's looking glass, seeing things that don't exist, visiting places that spill off the maps into some hallucinatory other dimension. 15 years ago, there was a lake in England with a sword jutting out of a stone, waiting for some king to come along and pull it out, shouting, Excalibur. This is no more ridiculous than stumbling upon a secret flying saucer base nestled in the hills of New England and bustling with activity. Contactees have claimed such things. An engineer, Rex Ball, swears he came upon a mysterious underground installation in Georgia in 1940, manned by small Oriental-looking men in coveralls with a few American military officers. When he was caught in the tunnels, one of the officers issued the curt command, "Make him look like a nut." He woke up in a field, uncertain whether his experience had been real or a dream. That seems to be the battle cry of the phenomenon. Make him look like a nut.
brought back my eyes. They brought back my eyes. 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 They brought back my eyes.
I protect you from me. I know what I'm doing. If I did not be lying, and we'd both be to blame for what you might do if I said the wrong thing. Well, I smile at myself to the impressions I bring to the whole world in general, and you in particular, when you hear the expression that's formed in this song. Most of your theories and insights will be so listen, my friend, to the experience I bring. And take heed in the knowledge, but all can be bone to the hungry and homeless, and more than the children, more than that. With children to feed, much is deceiving. I've robbed you of more than what you might find in an old grocery store. So you think that I've robbed you of something worth more? Well, you're right. I said a little of that which you'd murder for all the ideas that sting into your head. If you had no conscience, you'd still want to be dead there for hundreds of reason and lies, and take heed in the knowledge that we all can be prone to commit acts of thievery for hungry and homeless, and more than the children. More than that, there's like people with children to feed. My impressions deceiving. I've robbed you of more than what you might find in an old grocery store. So you think that I've robbed you of something worth more? Well, you're right. I said a little of that which you'd murder for all the ideas that go on in your head. If you had no conscience, you'd see what you did, therefore contradicting all that your conscience implies. For Jesus and lies, and take heed in the knowledge that we all can be prone to commit acts of thievery for hungry and homeless. And the pain that you feel when you reflect on it has a coincidental reflection of death. And the seaweed that would twist around me in my toe and unconscious of Savius, we slowly roll to the bottom of that which is larger than this for a method of reversing perspective, no less. And now you can feel that it's like to be me. Take my vision, knowing I protect you from me.
I always want to roll with Buck. Hey, the fuck, it's me, buddy. Smash the ones that smash the free. Until they're gone, the world will end. Don't ask me who they are, idealistic. Because they are old and they are young, they should be shot, stabbed, bashed, and hung. Don't ask me who they are, because they taught you to ask me that question so they could hide among the ambiguous slime that shrouds their diabolical empire. You better take it to hell, because it's been too late for centuries. Come on them before they come on you. Yeah, peace, love, freedom, happiness, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck them down the one-way throat. Idealistic. Hey, yeah, I want some of that Hitler Coke down the one-way throat. Idealistic. Idealistic, yeah, you better believe it now. Some of that Hitler Coke now. Hitler Coke, yeah. I got some Hitler Coke. All right, take it on, nasal man. Okay, I'm gonna turn you over to a man now that used to live in our neighborhood but now is done, moved to New York and became a philosopher. I don't know where it come from nowadays, but he's moseying on in. You just bear with me here.
Will you train these seals? You're all absolutely vile. I would prefer to get on with this body of poetry I've been neglecting through this corridor. Let it be, but my glimpse into your existence, into your being, I am writing your story better than you have eaten all of your meals throughout your entire life. What I want to mean by this is, I truly love the chance I have created to actually think I have control over something. Not my life, but yours, yes. If I can contribute any emotional turmoil in your soul, I will be satisfied. And how will I ever know if you have been swung by my imposition of will over you? By listening to me now, at the moment. You are mine. You, like myself, are completely helpless. You would love for this world to survive in peace, in love, in unity. I would love to see the opposite. An honest declaration of destruction where babies melt into their computer, fleshless skeletons, for you to see the origin of life, the origin of all of your precious ideals. They are all for me to kill you with, and for you to die an eternal death. You are the ultimate enemy, fellow man. I cannot trust myself to like you. You cannot ever be like me. I hold this dearly as my only weapon. Therefore, your understanding is not important. My confusion is all that will ever matter. You cannot predict how I think you will improvisationally die. You will never carry the tune. You are human. You are this insignificant pimple on the body of my confusion. I wish you eternal exile from yourself. It starts out like a song, a poem, and suddenly it all becomes absurd and clear simultaneously. I hate all of my preconceptions, and this includes you. I was once a promising young human being, the only one inside my skull that had a chance to break the con, and to be king and to be God and set it straight, to eat the rich and feed the poor, abolish torture, end all battle and wars, to sabotage conspiracies and liquidate the money scheme, to call on powers great and weak, destroy the concept of the church, worship nothing but the earth, eliminate you patriarchal bastards and the cancer you have planted deep inside our hearts, our minds, into our souls. Fuck you all the way to bed, in the fields, in the streets, in the end for the feeling by the will, through the flame, under skins, over sin, because the only way to freedom in this universe is to destroy it all. We are free to perish, think I'm mad? If you only knew how good death is going to be. I will never apologize for my lack of skill, for this skill is your end. You were taught how not to conquer, but how to melt. You are the most skilled of fools. My respect for you is nil beyond that one skilled aspect, which is you are a trained and brilliant fool. This makes me laugh and I love you for it. You are the race of failure. I want to pull the plug on the ones who say, stop the bomb. I also now realize that I shouldn't go out of my way to over-intellectualize and show off my knowledge of grammar and articulation. I am profound in telling you this and this only. I want the biochemical nuclear holocaust now, so that most of you stupid corpse computers get blown off the street into Nothingsville where you all belonged, and I can get on with pretending I'm an island. I'm not kidding or trying to be absurd. I want you fools off my turf of earth, and I want you off now. Cremation, hang you, pound stakes into your chests, or machine stamp spikes into your skulls. Now you're absolutely vile.
on your skin. Nobody knows where you spent the night last. Except the tooth fairy. And he's been dead over 1,000 years. You looked at your head and it got all like an old eyeball in a quart jar. Oh, Snot. My mama loved my granddad. When I was a little kid, he used to give me a lot of time. He said, son, when you make love to your mama, you got to wash away. I don't know a whole lot of things like some people do. Some say I got a switch in my head. And when the light goes out, I can't help myself. And I want to take a knife to my old granddad. He made me live, and that's alright. He made me wrong, and that ain't right. He made the switch, and he damn my eye. He made me see with just one eye. I watched as he pulled that old dripping thing out of Mama with a shitty grin on his face. His mother said, well, thank you, Pa, but all I could feel was disgrace. And he took that dripping thing out. You know, when he lost over the sheet metal factory a couple of years ago. But Grandpa put the dripping thing over by her face. I am maroon, and I am tomato juice. I'm gonna go home and open up a can of sardines and some lemonade. Then I'm gonna take a bottle. I'm gonna take a him over the head with an empty pillow, yeah. Yeah, don't play so much jazz. And that's alright. He made me run, and that ain't right. He made the switch, and he tanned my hide. He made me see with just one eye.
Hey, man. Hey. Hey, man, are you using only half your brain? Hey, man. Hey. Wake up. Are you using only half your brain? You're pretty hip. We all know that. You can throw an I Ching hexagram and intuit its meaning. You know all about hedonic engineering and staying high. You've seen through all the social games. When it comes to neurosomatic circuit of the brain, in the body wisdom, you're a champ, and everybody knows it. What about those mysterious left hemisphere brain functions? Wouldn't you like to learn the secrets of the West, previously known only to the adepts at the esoteric Princeton Institute for Advanced Studies? Strange arts like the equation, which predicts things before they happen, or the syllogism. which allows you to test an argument for internal validity? Or wouldn't you like to know how the mysterious stereo works? Or what keeps planes from falling out of the sky? Imagine trying to live with one eye, or one lung, or one testicle, or one breast. Isn't it equally a handicap to use only half your brain?
Save your strength. You will need it. Someone had to tell you. No! Let it go. Use it all. You need it now. You need it now. You need it now. Put what you're doing down! Give it up! I know where this signal goes! It goes the dorms! The dorms! Put what you're doing now down! It's a trap for you! You need your strength now! Don't invest in that foolish game!
switchblade, and I'm saving it for you. I'll be injecting some fear into you tonight. So when you walk out of your closed box, I will be waiting for you. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not any of those images you have. A mugger, a thief, a killer. It goes way deeper than that! Way farther into your mind than that! You just never had the capacity to listen and try to comprehend.
على مدى ساعة كاملة نحن معكم على الهواء.
Comes to punish you.
That's the way I'm absolutely sure we can go. There's a lot more research we can do, for example, into crops that are suitable for arid and semi-arid conditions.
وكان عمر بن أبي ربيعة المخزومي
Mr. Criminal, Mr. Bullock Chops, Mr. Cocksucker, Cockface, Cuntface. How do you, Mr. Criminal? Because you're my friend, I will kill you for nothing. This is the voice of America. What about Reagan? My break is three colors. My break is three colors. If you want to have a look to my break, you have to pay $100 because my brick is three colors. The knob is red and the body is yellow and the balls are green. This is the voice of America. If you have a student card, there is a reduction for you, 50%. You pay half price. Half price, Mr. Criminal. I give you my brick to put it in the safe. Put it in your ass. Thanks.
Then the silver down to the river for the gold and the silver.
I went back to work 7 years ago after having my fifth child. And you know, I really wasn't happy out there in that rat race. And so I made the decision, I made the great sacrifice to stay. And you know, I really wasn't happy out there in that rat race. And so I made the decision, I made the great sacrifice to stay.
Fingers of lightning tore holes in the black skies as an angry cloudburst drenched the surrealistic landscape. It was 3 a.m. on a cold, wet morning in late November 1967, And this isn't Bill Leverton on the stupid fucking lame Arizona road, and the little houses scattered along the dirt road winding through the hills of West Virginia were all dark. Some seemed unoccupied and in the final stages of decay. Others were unpainted, neglected, forlorn. The whole setting was like the opening scene of a grade B horror film from the 30s. Along the road there came a stranger in a land where strangers were rare and suspect. He walked up to the door of a crumbling farmhouse and hammered on the door. After a long moment, a light blinked on somewhere in the house, and a young woman appeared, drawing a cheap mail-order bathrobe tightly around her. She opened the door a crack, and her sleep-swollen face winced with fear as she stared at the apparition on her doorstep. He was over 6 feet tall and dressed entirely in black. He wore a black suit, black tie, black hat, and black overcoat, with impractical black dress shoes covered with mud. His face, barely visible in the darkness, sported a neatly trimmed mustache and goatee. The flashes of lightning behind him added an eerie effect. "May I use your phone?" he asked in a deep baritone, his voice lacking the familiar West Virginian accent. The girl gulped silently and backed away. "My husband," she mumbled. "Talk to my husband." She closed the door quickly and backed away into the darkness. Minutes passed. Then she returned accompanied by a rugged young man hastily buckling his trousers in place. He too turned pale at the sight of the stranger. "We ain't got a phone here," he grunted through the crack in the door just before he slammed it. The couple retreated, murmuring to themselves, and the tall stranger faded into the night. Beards were a very rare sight in West Virginia in 1967. Men in formal suits and ties were even rarer in those back hills of the Ohio Valley, and bearded, black-garbed strangers on foot in the rain had never been seen there before. In the days that followed, the young couple told their friends about the apparition. Obviously, they concluded, he had been a fearful omen of some sort. Perhaps he had been the devil himself. 3 weeks later, these two people were dead among the victims of the worst tragedy ever to strike that section of West Virginia. They were driving across the Silver Bridge, which spanned the Ohio River, when it suddenly collapsed. Yes, their friends remembered. They remembered the story of the bearded stranger in the night. It had indeed been a sinister omen, one that confirmed their religious beliefs and superstitions. So a new legend was born. Beelzebub had visited West Virginia on the eve of a terrible tragedy. Puppies, yes, puppies, yes, something poisonous and pleasing to the eye. Yes, puppies.
your brain. You're pretty smart. We all know that. You know all about partial differential equations, computer programming, cost analysis, flow charts, and vectors. If it can be put into an equation, expressed in human language or recorded on a graph, you can handle it. When it comes to the semantic circle of the brain and precise manipulations of symbol systems, you're a champ, and everybody knows it. But what about these mysterious right hemisphere brain functions? Intuition, synergetic apprehension of whole systems, aesthetics, and ESP? Imagine trying to live with one eye or one lung, or one testicle or one breast. Isn't it equally a handicap to use only half your brain? Specialization is for insects. I once knew a man who was an ear, a magnificent ear, the greatest ear in Europe. But that was all he was, an ear. Of a spaceship, E number 89, cruising above the 13th planet of Star System 51. The year, 1997. In a little while, supposedly, the ship will be landed and specimens taken, vegetable, mineral, and if any, animal. These will be brought back to overpopulated Earth, where technicians will evaluate them, and if everything is satisfactory, stamp their findings with the word inhabitable, and open up yet another planet for colonization. These are the things that are supposed to happen. Picture of the crew of the spaceship E-89, Captain Ross, Lieutenant Mason, Lieutenant Carter. 3 men who have just reached a place which is as far from a home as they will ever be. 3 men who in a matter of minutes will be plunged into the darkest nightmare reaches of... You thought I was gonna say it, didn't you? This is all about you now. You've been plunged into this. Everything else matters not. It is you we want. You are the specimen. You isolated amongst the illusions of
your life. You were the specimen, yes, you. All of the propaganda is illusion. It is all illusion. The anti-propaganda is all illusion. It's you we want. We will have you and grasp you. We must have you to survive. But we will not make it easy on you. To receive the reciprocal energy, we cannot make it easy for you. Never. Never. You must come to us as we come to you. You must. Or the exchange is impossible.
Step right up. Try your luck. It only cost a quarter. Shit, you've got a quarter. Everybody's got a quarter. Everybody that can listen to this has a lot more than that when it comes to what do they call it there? That sham? Oh yeah, money. Come on, take a chance. Spend a quarter. You know, just a couple seconds of your time. You're not gonna get any slick thing from here. It won't be slick. I know you're used to the slickness of the backs of these guns that you shoot. But it only costs a quarter. What the hell do you expect? Go ask your neighbor for a baseball glove. You want to know what it means? Take that baseball glove and unscrew the receiver on your telephone. Take the cap off. Put it in that baseball glove. Put it in a brown paper bag. And walk outside onto the lawn. Preferably about 4:30 in the afternoon. Swing that bag up above your head as high as you can get it. And scream at the top of your lungs, I'm a fool! Obviously, you wouldn't be if you went to the instructions. You would immediately been picked up. We'll pick you up. We would have picked you up. We could pick you up by the fire hydrant, pick you up, and take you away. And you won't believe what you're gonna see. Except, you hear that sound? Don't bring along a harmonica or anything like that. That kind of sound bugs us. We can't stand it. That sound. We don't want any of it. Let's go over to...
About someone throwing your luggage down the stairs. Is that true?
Is that true? Yeah.
heard about them? They're coming. That's why we gotta get out of here. The men in black, they're coming. Have you heard about them? We gotta get out of here. The men in black are coming. They're coming. Have you heard about them? Have you heard about the men in black? They're coming. They're coming to get you. Before I go, if there's a universal mind, who says it has to be a sane one? Have you heard about the men in black? They're coming to get us. And they're coming to get you. Who says it has to be a sane one? Nobody.
Oh, wow, and we're back. I'm David Dare, and you just heard the Sun City Girls. That's right, the Sun City Girls. They were live in studio right here at KASR. It's 10 o'clock. Wow, they took exactly an hour, and I guess I should get these things out of the way that we missed, play a few promos here, and then we'll be back with some music from, guess who, the Sun City Girls. Anyway, coming up right after these two messages. Oh, and then maybe I should tell you about the Fishbone concert, since KASR is sending 5 more lucky fans to the Fishbone concert Friday night, October 3rd at 7 at the Metro. Just one, and we'll be back right after this. Hey, want to try something new?